I don't know, ease. Maybe we never truly rest, but at least our necks should, our heads should, our blood pressure should. Like, why is this a persistent? This is worse than a rat race. What is this thing about being a Nigerian that feels like a contact sport, where something hits you every time? And while you're being hit on the left, something else is approaching on the right. And while you think, well, you may just do well if you found a kind of a solid ground, and then the ground caves in. It's like, what exactly do we need? How much more suffering is permissible for just a little Nigerian redemption? Like, how much more? What exactly do we need to give? We've given blood, we've given tears, we've given the days of our lives, we've given prayer, we've given offerings, we've held crusades, we've gone to the mountain, we've gone to the seas, we've been to the rocks. What else? What else has to give? What else? Why is it so hard being a Nigerian? What's this? 1,000 ways to die, and then somewhere in that top 50, he's like, oh, just be a Nigerian. If you make it, well, there's nothing more you can't make. We hold it to be radioactive, and yeah, there's fuel scarcity. there's fuel scarcity, and do you ever wonder if this government, and not just this one in particular, like the Nigerian state, do they really respect Nigerians? Is there a little bit of terror somewhere in their minds that if we push these people hard enough, they may become monsters that we may not be able to manage? Like, how much more can the Nigerian be pushed? I don't have all the answers. I can tell you for sure I don't have that answer. And I don't know what needs to happen for change, because I know we want to change. And whether you are directly or indirectly aware of it, you're paying a price for this change. Your indifference is paying a price. Your insistence for change is a price. And one wonders what it really is the cost of salvation. What's the cost of salvation? Where this country can truly say, our kids have food to eat. Well, there's security. Oh, there's fuel. We can actually find this costly commodity, put it in a bike or put it in a car, put it in a truck, and move from point A to point B. Okay, let radio begin. Welcome to 99.3 Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. My name's Joyce, and as you're aware, because I know you don't have. Well, this petrol scarcity is yesterday's news, you know. And we were told. Do you remember when we were told it was thunder and lightning? Nigeria is such a comedy stage. We were told it's. You remember that gist? That it was thunder. The gods of thunder got in the way of our fuel supply. Really? I think the news in itself can be entertaining. I honestly would say there's a way you can look at the news, and instead of rage, you just laugh, because what more is a more appropriate reaction to the things that you hear? Well, today is going to be that other day, and I hope you really do not miss the comedy in this. But even more importantly would be, let's talk about fuel scarcity. I think fundamentally it would be the ripple effect of what this cues, this subsidy is gone. And then you remember subsequently after that, there was this dramatic phase where subsidy is gone, subsidy isn't gone. The government is paying subsidy. The government is denying that they're not paying subsidy. There's no subsidy. No, there's subsidy. There's subsidy. There's subsidy. There's subsidy. But subsidy is gone. Okay. Let me take you to what the news is quickly reporting. And I think I need to read at least the aspects of the NNPC communique that speaks to the matter of fuel scarcity. Maybe I should just go there first, because why not? Why not? Well, this was after the report that it was thunder and lightning hindering Nigerians, NNPC decided to pretty much look at the matter at hand. And apparently, the matter at hand ended up being that after they denied being in debt, because I think sometime in June this year or July, the Punch, I remember reading it in the Punch, they reported that NNPC was in debt. And of course, NNPC came out and denied it. They said, no, we're not in debt. Let me see. Faces financial strain. Oh, this is the one for today. I want to go to where they denied it. So this 18th 8 2024, NNPC is not owing 6.8 billion. So yes, about a few weeks ago. The first 2 pointers they raise is what I would like to read in your hearing. The NNPC Limited does not owe the sum of $6.8 billion to any international traders in the oil trading business. Transactions are carried out on credit, and so it is normal to owe at one point or the other. But NNPC Limited, through its subsidiary NNPC Trading, has many open trade credit lines from several traders. The company is paying its obligations of related invoices on a first in, first out basis. The second point raised, it is not correct to say that NNPC Limited has not remitted any money to the Federation accounts since January. NNPC Limited and all its subsidiaries remit their taxes to the Federal Inland Revenue Services regularly. This is in addition to payments of CIT to road constructors. Hold on. It's refreshing. Where's the line? Got it. This is in addition to payment of CIT to road constructors under the Road Investment Tax Credit Scheme. In all, NNPC Limited is the largest contributor to the tax revenue share every month at the Federation Account Allocation Committee. All right. Sounds like something that is newsworthy, right? Okay. And then here we have the NNPC stating something worth noting. And I think it's necessary that you hear it. Olufemi, this is October 1st? Exactly. So let's just read the details of it. NNPC Limited faces financial strain due to PMS supply cost, impacting supply sustainability. NNPC Limited has acknowledged recent reports in national newspapers regarding the company's significant debt to petrol suppliers. This financial strain has placed considerable pressure on the company and poses threat to the sustainability of fuel supply. In line with the Petroleum Industry Act, NNPC Limited remains dedicated to its role as the supplier of last resort, ensuring national energy security. We're actively collaborating with relevant government agencies and other stakeholders to maintain a consistent supply of petroleum products nationwide. So it's signed Chief Cooperative Commissions Officer. All right. So I guess I want to quickly just go to something published last year. I think it was on 30th May 2023, right after it was declared or broadcast that subsidy had been removed. Mele Kyari told Senate House correspondents that the federal government still owes the firm 2.8 trillion naira. If your memory serves you, I'm very sure you may remember this one. They say they spent 2.8 million on petrol subsidy. He said since the provision of the 6 trillion in 2022 and 3.7 trillion in 2023, we have not received any payment whatsoever from the Federation. Now, to explain simply, this he says, and I quote, "This means that federal government are unable to pay, and we've continued to support this subsidy from the cash flow of the NNPC. We're waiting for them to settle up to 2.8 trillion naira of NNPC's cash flow from subsidy regime, and we cannot continue to do this," end quote. I think the reason I'm pointing you here is to show you that there is something at play here that we're not full aware of. And you may have suspected, you may have your suspicions, but I guess I'm only trying to point you in this direction to suggest that much more than we're told is what's happening. This year, 2024, the federal government opened or began probing. The government has begun the proposed audit of 2.7 trillion fuel subsidy claim by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. This is actually according to the Punch. KPMG was the company that conducted an initial audit, reducing the claims of the NNPC from 6 trillion naira to 2.7 trillion naira. Okay. So I think I'm suggesting that maybe some people owe the NNPC, but at least one that's documented that we can quickly just look at would be the federal government. The NNPC claiming that the federal government and this money they use in petrol subsidy. Okay. What else is happening here? I found in 2020, there was this report by the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company. And this is what it says. This is 2020, August 2020. I want to go there because it may give you an idea as to how this food chain of debt may really, how far it goes, how far this chain of debt goes. 2020, Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, NPDC, the upstream subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, they say, and I quote, yet to recover 2.9 trillion debt owed. Hold on. Listen to this again. The Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, NPDC, the upstream subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, is yet to recover 2.9 trillion naira debt owed it as at the end of 2018. So there's something happening here. Upstream saying that it's being owed. They don't mention who owes them, but they say, well, people owe us to the tune of 2.9 trillion naira. And this is as of 2018, so God knows what their books say for 2019, 2020, 2021. I also hear that the probe, the federal government, is carrying through to inspect the books of, or at least to have an external auditor look at the books or the claims of the NNPC, is looking to cover from the year 2015 to the year 2021. Now, that's just a by note, but something else worth noting is the fact that upstream is saying we're being owed. The NNPC is saying, well, some people owe us too. I mean, we may owe a few people, but some people owe us. One would be the federal government. I don't know what your biases are, but it does quite appear that somewhere in all of this is the fact that the Nigerians who own crude do not have access to crude at an affordable price. Even worse, at the price at which the pump price availability or even the black market price availability goes for, it's even difficult for Nigerians to have it. And I thought, at least as at last week, the queues would have pretty much abated. People are still complaining. But even worse is the fact that it doesn't quite appear that there is a straightforward answer to the issue. So we have to wait for what comes out. We have to wait for what they decide the public should know by way of information. Now that we hear the NNPC admitting now that they're in debt to suppliers, I guess someone has to come to the rescue. The monies the NNPC makes, anybody wonder how it gets spent? How it's allocated? This whole subsidy game, like how crazy is it in truth? Let's talk. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. And our WhatsApp number is 08095975805. You may not have the answers yourself, but you may begin to comprehend, however vaguely, that if this is a problem, it's a big one. My name's Joyce. The sun rises here. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. Welcome to the sunny side.
Joyce, good afternoon.
Turn off the volume of your radio set. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for calling.
This is Mr. Frank.
Good.
Joyce, how was your weekend?
Fine, thank you very much.
Yeah. You know, I don't want to go speak much about this. I just want to start from saying all this saga started since 2015. But is it not men that have been ruling this country from 1960 to that 2015? Why have you not been hearing all these things? That is when APC of a party entered this seat that we started hearing all this nonsense. Let me put it that way. Why are they not listening to themselves? Even the current person that is there now, how is he feeling that in his own regime that all these things are happening?
Let me ask you, do you think the former president or those in charge of the oil sector in the former administrative dispensation be invited and probed, their books checked, to fully understand what's really happening here?
When you say former, is it from 2015?
No, the most present immediate.
They're supposed
most
to
recent present immediate.
Yes, they're supposed to come out. But who is going to probe them? Who do you think that will bring them to probe them and you will get results? You see, not the same people. Now, if you say now, let you probe the chairman of the national, the NNPC now. Who put him there? Who is the minister of the petroleum? The person now that is in Senate that's supposed to, or in House of Assembly that's supposed to stand on this now, who put them there?
Okay.
Who can save us out of this mess?
Who can? Do you have the answer to that?
Let me just ask this now. As this is now going, and they are saying that the fuel now is going to 1,500 per liter.
We don't know that for sure, except you try to buy. How much did you buy?
Okay, for now it is 920 for now. Is there any part of the country, is there some individuals that are buying it 160 naira or 200 naira now? Is it not everybody? Those my brother, my tribe people, now my local people, my supporters, are they not buying the same price? All of us are on it. Oh.
Thank you very much for calling. The sunny side, good afternoon to you. Welcome. How are you?
Hello?
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Lady J. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Emeka is my name from Satellite Town.
Thank you very much for calling.
You see, when it comes to NNPC has become an enigma of itself. And if you believe anything that is coming out from that department, then you can believe anything. Because as far as I'm concerned, NNPC, both as presently constituted, has become a cesspit of falsehood, deceit, propaganda, and corruption. The rot in that very sector is mind-boggling. And when you kept reeling out the information upon information, the way they keep churning out lies upon lies to Nigerians, I can't help but ask myself, where is the Minister of Petroleum? Because it becomes all the more befuddling when you recall that past and present presidents have also doubled as the Minister of Petroleum. Yet that very department has continued to well in controversies without any independent or forensic audit of that so-called, even after the unbundling of NNPC, yet there is nothing to write home about. And it appears that there is no end in sight to what Nigerians are going through. Ordinary Nigerians are being made to pay and suffer for the corruption in that ministry. First of all, they removed the subsidy they were not supposed to remove rather than facing the rot in that system. And I make bold to say that the same people who are the handlers of that NNPC are responsible for our refineries remaining moribund the way they are now.
Is it necessary to invite the immediate past administration to some kind of scrutiny to explain to all of Nigerians what's happening here?
Starting from when the president started doubling as ministers of petroleum, all of them are supposed to be invited for scrutiny. But who will do it? Except Nigerians decide that enough is enough. And for me, it's not about street protesting. It was not about coming out in the street. Like I said, it's time for re-strategization. We have representatives at the federal level, national, at the houses of assembly. It's time to take the battle to these people. Because, you see, what is happening in this country, you can't help but entertain yourself sometimes with the kind of news that you hear from this country. It's episode upon episode of skits from our politicians. They have become the best comedians all over the world. Sometimes it's like they've taken Nigerians as dummies. They can feed any kind of lies, any deceit, and will just
swallow it hook, line, and sinker. But like Mr. Frank, like as who will bail the cat, it is us that will bail ourselves from this rot. And until we sit down and think, that if we're not careful, now, if someone wants to ask you outside, is the government paying for subsidy? Will it be yes or no? What is the true position of the oil sector?
Okay.
Because I don't even know what to believe anymore. I don't even know what to believe.
All right.
Because everything that is being churned from that department, for me, as far as I'm concerned, is a deceit. Not until an independent forensic audit is done, starting from the past presidents that have doubled as petroleum ministers to whoever is heading NNPC, even after it's unbundling, we will never get to know the truth and the rot in that sector.
Thank you very much for calling, really. I appreciate it. There's enough time for you. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to play the one play game. Ladies and gentlemen, that number is *347 *880 *3#. If you were wondering, if you didn't know by now you know. You could also go to the website at www.oneplay.ng. Once you get there, make sure you are selecting the code. You are selecting the button that says Nigeria Info FM. Do that. And with your 500 naira per ticket, your ticket, of course, will be in the draws. Now, remember, these draws are happening all through the day, every day. And, of course, it's happening also for the jackpot on Friday, which is 500,000 naira worth. And you can still win your share of that. What else am I saying? I'm saying you should also be above the age of 18 while playing, and you should play responsibly, because it is very, very important that you remember that it is one play, not one work. You should be playing responsibly. Make sure you also remember that one play is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. The whole idea here is you knowing that we are government approved and we are definitely legit. So this money is definitely a guarantee. Keep playing, keep winning, and keep calling on the sunny side. And of course, listening.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
My darling, are you ready to go back to school?
Yes, Mommy. I have everything I need. All that's missing is my favorite food to drink, Capri Sun.
Oh, what? No Capri Sun? We have to fix that right away.
Yay! And Mommy, every carton of Capri Sun now comes with a wristband ruler for school.
A wristband ruler?
Get a wristband ruler in every carton of Capri Sun as you go back to school. Terms and conditions apply.
Capri Sun, the taste of fun.
Hi, I'm Natasha Kimani. I'm a governance and public policy expert and the host of Talk to Me Direct podcast. Talk to Me Direct is produced by Luminate. Luminate is a global foundation working to ensure that everyone, especially those underrepresented, have the information, rights, and power to influence decisions that affect their lives. In this first episode, I speak with Amina Salihu, a feminist and a practitioner in the philanthropy field in Africa.
And so once a country does not prioritize the well-being of its teachers, you're also diminishing the value that you have put on education.
Like and subscribe to Talk to Me Direct wherever you get your podcasts.
Who says you can't have it all with one play?
I got that defined, but you have just won yourself.
Congratulations.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. One player, don't talk to two players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira.
My name is Well Done.
Okay, well done. You want to tell you well done, you won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big. From 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira. And in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3#. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside. And 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3#. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is to notify our customers and the general public that the former Stallion Microfinance Bank Limited has now fully been taken over by Springfield Microfinance Limited after fulfilling all takeover requirements. Stallion Microfinance Bank is now to be known as Springfield Microfinance Bank Limited. The announcer is management.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. I can afford one commentary before the top of the hour. Hello, welcome to Nigeria Info. It's so good to have you join us. Sorry, I lost you. Hopefully you make it back. Good afternoon to you and welcome. How are you? Well, I want to also quickly state that there's a message here. I would read it in a moment. Hello, welcome. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon, sister.
Thank you very much for calling.
It's Ikechukwu.
Good to have you. How much is petrol where you're calling from?
I'm buying near Otafam Junction, 690 for Mobi.
Okay.
But the line is like from Oshodonda Bridge to PWD. Well, it's depending on this filling station that was destroyed 1 month because of dualization. You for here say something don't happen to me. The news I'm hearing this morning. Thank God for my family that they rescued me. But as I am still survive now, I'm still going to die alive. September 4 will make Mary Ann 1 year that she entered Hartford. Sister, let me tell you, August last year, market has came that they are being paid subsidy. Subsidy removal is a scam, till as I'm talking to you. It is very, very, very unfortunate. Sister, some people will call it, will blame me, you will blame Nigerian citizens. Sister, nobody is remembering what Anek did last year and the Nigerian judges, and they are blaming me. Our president is gallivanting the whole world looking for investors that will not come in. And Nigerians are dying. Still me, fully station. We have oil, we are suffering. Some people are claiming say they have 7 heads. So solution now. Let them sack Abakari. Let them sack all the whole NNPC. If they want to sell out, let them sell out. This insult is too much. Right. Nobody has Nigeria. Nobody has. We have prayed. We have entered mountain. We have contributed. We have done everything. When we wanted to change the scenario, I make an off visa.
Hold on a second. Excuse me. It's 1 p.m. I have to be off on a break to bring the news update.
Let us forget all of that.
We'll be right back, Lagos. Don't go anywhere. It's 99.3 Nigeria Info's the sunny side.
It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
Activate. We are radioactive on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce.
Not many can serve you the way we do.
We go all the way. You guys are always keeping your voice down when you're benefiting from the government.
I think you're right before that.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. You are listening to the news updates this hour. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has directed its members to resume work today following a 7-day nationwide warning strike. The strike was initiated to demand the rescue of Dr. Ganiat Pupola, who was kidnapped 8 months ago. The association will now review the federal government's commitment to resolving its demand in the next 3 weeks. Meanwhile, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria has given reasons for the sale of petrol for above 800 naira per litre. According to them, this is because of the scarcity of products from the NNPCL. IPMAN's president Abubakar Shatima explained that some marketers were forced to buy petrol from private depots at significantly higher prices, resulting in increased costs for consumers. And meanwhile, independent petroleum marketers want the federal government to reinstate the Petroleum Equalization Fund. This is to ensure uniform petrol prices nationwide. The marketers say that this model has been successfully tested in the past and will provide relief to Nigerians amid the current economic challenges.
And there's been an increase in monkeypox cases in Nigeria. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention disclosed this in its agency's report for week 34 posted on its website. According to the report, 57 new suspected cases were reported in 20 states and the FCT. The good news, however, is that no death has been recorded so far from the disease. In the last reports, Lagos has 1 confirmed case, Rivers State has 2, Bayelsa 6, Enugu 8, and Osun State has 2 confirmed cases. And finally, reports say that Israeli military has killed at least 11 Palestinians in an airstrike on a school sheltering displaced people in Gaza City. A medical source said the attack struck the Safad school in Zaytun neighborhood in Gaza City on Sunday. The Palestinian Civil Defense Agency said the school had been evacuated after Israeli threats to attack its premises. And that's the news update. You are listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Yvonne Ohaifo.
What's that station again? No.
Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So like here we talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one.
You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce.
99.3 Nigeria Info, The Sunny Side. It's so good to have you join the conversation where we're looking for answers to our problems. It's in the news now. The Daily Post is reporting that the national chairman, Action Democratic Party, Sani Yabagi, has called for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's resignation as Minister of Petroleum, saying his position shields corruption in the oil and gas sector. Well, you know, the last administration, the president also took up a position within the oil industry, and one wonders why. Yeah, it's a necessary question to ask. Why does this happen? I guess there would be a political reason, and we're yet to prove the economic reason. But for sure, there are political reasons to it, and it's worth interrogating whether the resignation of the president as Minister of Petroleum really does anything for the sector, or at least would it be a step in the right direction. Now, his position as Minister of Petroleum, does that in any way, at least by your own vague judgment, nearly suggest that there could be a conflict of national interest here? Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info 0201 2770 993 0201 465 7190 and on WhatsApp 08095975875 08095975805. Thank you. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you.
George, good afternoon.
Thank you very much for calling. Turn up the volume of your radio set.
I have done that, my dear.
What's your name?
You don't know. This is Michael.
Welcome, Mike.
You don't know how I look forward to hearing your voice every afternoon.
I'm glad you're here with me.
I can't wait to. I always want to hear your voice. I'm addicted to this program.
It's pleasing. Thank you. I think I may have lost you. It appears. Well, hopefully you make it back. Let's talk. So, can you see that there are sentiments flying about town that there could be some increment in fuel price? Well, at least rumors have it that maybe the government is setting us a stage where fuel prices may go up. Do you think the president's resignation could take us towards, I don't know, a better position? I mean, it's now assumed that the president occupying that seat as Minister of Petroleum could be covering the corruption that's happening. Oh, we're talking. Nigeria Info, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Joyce.
Thank you very much for calling.
Yes, Madam Lottie from the Delect.
Thank you.
Yes, you see, when we were reading the thing, the Indians in our office here, they were even laughing. You see, what I want to say is this. The my problem with Nigeria is not about the president resigning. The question we should ask is that why is it that the president, Obasanjo, is only going to, Obasanjo, this Buhari with Tinubu, why are they keeping that position to themselves?
Why are the Indians laughing? Did they tell you why they were laughing?
They are laughing because we work in the oil industry, we know what is happening there. So when they keep saying, the refinery is coming, Nigerians are expecting petrol. It's all we'll be discussing sometime because...
Oh, you work in the oil and gas sector? Pardon me?
Yes. When we talk to those outside who don't know anything about it, they don't believe because they believe the NNPC. Now they have seen it.
Wait, are the Indians laughing at us that every time the news reports that we're going to get
like when, people have been expecting when they said because of lightning and thunder, that is why they could not pump.
And then the Indians mock us, right?
So now that the truth is, because we told them then that based on the system we understand, when we put such an equipment in a place, even if thunder should strike for 20 days, it will not prevent the pumping of petrol.
So that means, of course, the NNPC lied for sure.
Yeah, see, the problem is that this NNPC, you see, is just a face. Like
it's
people calling for this Kiari to be removed as an NNPC board. It's not the solution. It's not the solution because the cabals that are behind this sector, they are so big that imagine Fashola, when Fashola was in power, even this current governor, do you know that most of the time he have gone to Apapa to remove tankers from that road? Do you know that he could not free that place? Today they are still going there. Are you not aware? Why is it that the tankers are not afraid of anybody? Because the power that is behind them is so big that even you, Joyce, there, you cannot talk when you see them.
So tell us exactly what we need to know that we don't see in the news.
See, the space in sea, that oil space in sea, is a kind of a place that you don't, even this NNPC said, he cannot talk. So let me just end it there. What I want to say is the solution to what we have at hand, first of all, Nigeria should be very thankful to Dangote. But my concern is that they will be looking at the man saying monopoly. They should forget about the English language, whether monopoly. Be thankful for him. Because, for example, that we have war, maybe in the West or other African countries, and the ship cannot come. That would mean that there will be zero fuel in Nigeria. What would we do?
Why are you talking about war? Why would you even go that far? We're not even thinking that far. We're not even at war. We can't find petrol.
The reason why I'm saying is that we should try that when we have our own like that, set up one, that we counter this NNPC every time boju they are doing us. We should know that at least. For now, if that refinery come up, we have price stability one. Even the price may be high, but we have a price stability. Then you have the product available. But the truth about it is that now that this one is about to come up, because the vendors, they are ramping up things over here. By the time this product come up now, if, for example...
Pardon me, what do you mean come up? You mean price increment? Is that a possibility? Is that what you're saying?
No, when I say come up, I mean that, this plant as you see it.
The functioning refinery.
They are not being done by Nigeria. They are being handled by vendors. And a vendor, they are not people like Nigeria that will collect bribes and hand over things to you. Because of their reputation, they will pressure test and do everything to ensure that the thing is guaranteed. When they hand it over to you, they are guaranteed that for 1 year you will not call them. Okay. So now they are ramping up. But what I'm saying is that it is time for this petrol to come out. And when this will come out from the electric here, if, for example, this man come and say, okay, my own is 800, for example, based on the logistics and other things you used to get it, you will see that if the same Nigerians will condemn the man again that his own is higher than Nigeria government own, whereas the government own, they are just doing their own boju there, which is not real.
Well, I guess
my point this afternoon is that enough is enough from the government side, which they are bombarded us with pain and stuff. Look at the other man, Ikechuku calling. I know the suffering that man have gone through there. That's why it sounded like that. So a lot of people, I believe some might be in the filling station, not like us that we have a process in our system here. There are some people that have been in filling stations since morning that are hustling for these things. So the thing is that let us be happy that we have 1 year. Forget those language they're telling.
Yeah, but we still, as of today, there's still queues. There's still
the
unavailability.
That queue you are seeing there, those queue you see there, immediately this legislation comes up, you will see those queue will naturally.
So as far as this conversation is concerned, your own hope and dream is just for Dangote refinery to pick up.
Yeah, because that is the truth about it. Those ones that are NNPC, even if they increase the price today, now the president has floated the naira. So which means that if the price we used to buy before at 168 naira, if you compare it to the dollar now, you will see that it's almost going up. So the truth about it, if they increase the price, okay, we have a lot of fuel supply now.
So Dangote refinery is a solution. Without that, this is always going to happen. This will continue.
Yeah, that is
All
it.
right.
It's major because with the capacity of the plant, he has the ability to supply to everywhere and flood everywhere with the product.
All right.
And all those cabal you see that will be putting their 10 naira on top or 20 naira, all those depots you see, they will naturally dry up. So
Thank you so much for calling. 99.3 Nigeria Info. So I think that this last caller, I guess he works in the sector, but even worse is that he is suggesting that there is an invisible face, or faces, if you know what I mean, within the oil and gas sector that are the real master puppeteers. And what we're seeing today as a symptom is really caused by master players that we can't see, and even worse, because we can't see them, we can't name them. 99.3 Nigeria Info. How are you?
Hello, Joyce.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for calling.
Good afternoon, my sister. How are you doing today?
Good. Speak up first. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Okay, my name is Akin.
Welcome, Aki.
Wow. The lady that spoke earlier, last week, she spoke very, very well. And me, I'm in support of the resignation of the president as the so-called Minister of Petroleum. Now, the thing is this. NNPC has been the sole importer of petroleum products to this country since throughout Buhari's administration. And now they told us then that they were not paying subsidy for under recovery. Now what that means is this: they will take Nigerian crude oil to Malta, to the refinery to refine for them, and then we'll come back with only petrol. Now, out of that crude oil you are seeing, you can't get nothing less than 10 byproducts that are very, very crucial. You name it: diesel, ATK, DPK, polythene. You know, there are so many. And now that you told us you took products to exchange for PMS after refining. You are now coming back to tell us that product, the PMS we are bringing to this country, we are still paying subsidy under it. Because our dollar is our naira keeps on depreciating. You know, so it looks so senseless to me.
But the last caller is saying that the resignation of either the president or Melekiari is not really going to fix anything.
What we are saying there is this, that their own level of corruption is going to another level.
Yeah, but what then is, in your view, is the solution to this issue? The last caller is saying only a Dangote refinery is going to upset this.
She's so right. She's so perfect. Because for every breast you transport from any parts of the world to this country, you have to pay insurance. You have to pay so many things, all in dollars.
Wow.
You understand? With a Dangote, yeah, and that's why you see the price going up. It's a must. You can't put any vessel on the water without paying insurance.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate. Well, Nigerians, I hope you can see this picture. However vague it may appear, it's just a difficulty that this imposes on the Nigerian life. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. It's Mustafa from
Turn up the volume of your radio set.
Thank you. You see, there is no
Turn up the
reason why we
volume of
depend
your
on
radio
one
set.
private refinery.
You have to turn up the volume of your radio set, please. Hello, welcome.
Joyce, good afternoon.
Welcome, Nigeria Info. Tell us your name.
Jonathan is my name, Joyce.
Do you have fuel? And how much did you get it for?
Well, Joyce, they are selling black market around me right now, 1,200. In those unrecognized filling stations, they are selling 960.
Wow.
Now, Joyce.
Wow.
I don't think sacking the NNPC head, I don't see that how, just like one caller said, I don't see how that will solve any problem.
Someone else is suggesting that the president resigning as the petroleum minister may actually do better for the country.
I actually don't also see that as a solution.
Okay.
Now, we should trace back where our challenge is coming from. Where is it coming from? We have a president that stepped on the stage, and less than 24 hours I came down from the stage, the prices of fuel went up as much as how many percent? Over 100%. And what pronouncement did he make on that stage? He made two pronouncements. Removal of subsidy and what's the Forex? What the English did he use that day?
To float the naira?
Immediately he stepped down from that stage. Our life has never remained the same since today. What am I trying to say, Joyce? Policies around this leadership is affecting so many things. I don't see the how I will leave the president and start picking on Kyari. I don't think I will flow like that.
Okay.
I would rather sit on the president's head because I voted. I didn't vote for him anyway. He is the president, and coincidentally, he met the forex at 700 naira to $1. And right from the day he stepped down to today, it has doubled twice. He should do whatever he has to do. He should do whatever he has to do to return that forex backward. And invariably, if you do that, meaning if we have to import fuel, we will not be looking for dollar that is very high. That's number one. Number two, I've said for so many years, even when Tororo was on this filling station, I have said it. Jonathan have said it, that all these things will happen. And I've said 4 things that you have to do. Number one, fix all the refinery. Number two, give us nothing less than 20 hours power per day. Number three, not the kind of BRT we are seeing here. Fix Pan Nigeria. Walkable transport scheme that will make me park my vehicle at home. If you have done all these things, take your price of fuel to 2,000 naira per liter. If I need it, I will not need it. It's those that need it, I will go and buy it. If you don't do that, you are the one that will fix it. Not Kyari. I don't feel like that. He should fix this country by himself because he has decided to be president.
Do you understand that the government is aware? The question is, how much of what you are saying are they really doing? Because I don't think what you're saying is like a novel idea. They know that they should do the things you have mentioned, but they are not doing it, at least not yet.
Are you sure they know? Are you sure?
You want to assume that they don't?
Are you sure? Are you sure they know? If this president know, he won't get on the stage and just announce the removal of subsidy like that.
So you think he doesn't know much about governance? Is that what you're...
I don't think he knows. It's getting very clear. I thought he know. I also thought he know before, but I don't think he know because as far as I'm concerned, he's running from pillar to post. Because you put the cat before the horse. You have not even appointed any of your cabinet members. You are announcing 2 key policies, which you have not even done anything about it. And look at what our life is today. So from that day to today, look at what our life has turned to. It's a very simple thing. It's not about Kyari. It's not about NNPC as far as I'm concerned. You are the president. You have decided to be the president. You have come out that you want to be. Now you are the president. Or you have do the president's work. It's very simple as that.
All right.
Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you very much for calling. If you're a Nigerian commuter, how has this affected your movement, whether it's to the market, business, appointments, work? I'm assuming that transportation cost may also be one that has, of course, become a little unbearable given inflation. Hello, welcome to the show.
Welcome. Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you.
From Festac.
Thank you very much for calling.
One interesting thing about Nigeria is that government after government or president after president seems to appropriate the portfolio of Minister of Petroleum. There's a reason for that. Secondly, why even for example, Okonjo-Iweala said it when he was government. Why does NNPC operate in high level of secrecy, and the government and whoever is in charge of the country is not usually bothered? There is something. He becomes a minister. These guys are operating in secrecy, and is not bothered. There's something. Let me say this thing. If there is if there's something tragic about Nigeria, is that the current president, with all whatever knowledge or whatever promises he presented, that things will go so badly, and he is going around unconcerned. Is the greatest tragedy that has befallen this country. This is I didn't vote for him, but you accept that certain things will be done. But it's just like every day we just wake up and sleep, wake up and sleep, wake up and sleep. Even the people around him, are they not thinking, or do they just wake up and sleep too like the others? What's happening? Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you very much for calling. 99.3 Nigeria Info. I guess this presents even further complication to this issue of fuel supply, scarcity, and who exactly is the cause. Nigeria Info, how are you?
Yeah, Joyce, I greet you.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much.
Kaprushku is my name.
Great to have you.
Okay, good. You see, NNPC, they come up again with their lies and deceit. The other time they told us is flood, climate, this, that. Today is debt, about 6 trillion, 6 billion. They can say anything they want. Let them know that they are building lies and not nation. Building lies upon lies, deceit in this country and not nation. I mean, how can you be deceiving Nigerians all the time? And this is your failure. Nothing is working.
Well, some are suggesting that the president resign as Minister of Petroleum. Someone else suggested Mele Kyari needs to resign as well. Someone else is saying that's not the solution to the problem. Well, it does quite appear that the problem is a little compound in nature. So what do you suppose happens here?
Well, resigning or no resigning, but I can still tell you they are not resigning anything. They will not resign because they are not concerned the feeling of the people. They are just feeling our pains in grammar and just for mouth. I mean, if they are really feeling our pains, they will not go this round. I mean, they are going for luxurious things. Flying overseas anytime they want. They are not feeling anything. There is no solution, resigning or no resign, because they will not even resign. These people are not feeling our pains.
All right.
I'm feeling for the innocent ones in this country, innocent children especially, who are passing untold hardship, hunger in the land, hunger and starvation. And these people don't want. Where is the money coming out? All this money this government are making, where is it? They are just using it for their luxurious lives, only about them, what concerns them, what is not necessity, just for pleasurable things, purchasing of, 150 billion, presidential jets, building of vice president, 21 billion. What? And people are passing untold hardship in this country, and they're telling all sorts of lies. Tomorrow, look at the price. Very soon, you reach 1,005. How much is dollar? Only in this administration. All these things, we don't have it in the other past administrations. I know when PDP was in power, over 15 years.
Pardon me. I want to quickly go off on a break. It's necessary that we go off on a break. If you would.
I might call you back.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
It's all right.
Are you an independent female artist, a producer, a DJ, a songwriter who wants to take a career to the next level? Then her Sound 2.0 is for you. Enjoy comprehensive training and mentorship, access to support from a community of female music professionals, collaborative opportunities, 2 days free bootcamp, and more. To register for her Sound 2.0, visit www.hersoundglobal.com to register for free. To complete your application, post a 30-second video on Instagram telling us why you want to be part of Her Sound 2024. And don't forget to use the hashtags. Hashtag Her Sound Peach. Her Sound 2024. It's time to hear her.
Her Sound 2024 is brought to you by Sweet Nation and powered by Google. Supported by Boomplay, Cloud Africa, Grunge Cake, Mavico Foods. Media partners, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, Pulse NG, and Heap TV.
For more information, visit at Her Sound Global on Instagram.
My darling, are you ready to go back to school?
Yes, Mommy. I have everything I need. All that's missing is my favorite food to drink, Capri Sun.
Oh, what? No Capri Sun? We have to fix that right away.
Yay! And Mommy, every carton of Capri Sun now comes with a wristband ruler for school.
A wristband ruler?
Get a wristband ruler in every carton of Capri Sun as you go back to school. Terms and conditions apply.
Capri Sun, the taste of fun.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Okay, we're back. It's 99.3. We're Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side.
Activate. Activate. We are radioactive on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce.
Okay, let's look at this message here. It's a gentleman who thinks that Nigerians may need to broaden their view to fully comprehend what the solution might look like. Nigerians are subsumed in their unrealistic expectations. Dangote is a private business that will factor in market realities and cost in production pricing. Dangote refinery will not save us. It will only ameliorate the pain to a certain degree that may not be sustainable because of all the threats facing the business. So the solution one would be unbundling the corruption in the oil sector and overhauling the leadership. Two, sale of refineries and encouraging more modular refineries while bringing the illegal refineries to the mainstream. Three, mandating the refining of petroleum products in the country. No subsidies. Building an this is number 4, right? Okay, building an end-to-end technology to monitor upstream, midstream, downstream activities online in real time. Let me stop here. Thank you very much, Ugo, for your message. I like the ideas you have raised, but every time Nigerians come together and say, well, these are ideas to a solution, I'm persuaded that the government is aware. The question is, what else is happening that we're not aware of? Because the corruption is pretty much what we call it. There's a game happening behind the veil. Is there any way we can fix that? Or is that a line we can't cross? Because at least one thing we can all agree to is the fact that whatever is happening behind the veil has its knee on the necks of Nigerians. It's practically choking out the life in Nigerians. We're talking on Nigeria Info, and it's necessary that you look at, unfortunately, we don't have all the details, but it's necessary that we look at available detail to see what may truly be happening. How this whole consequence of, or this whole effect of queues and increment in pump price, the removal of subsidy, is a cause of something. A cause that is not even, in a sense, it's not even a mistake. It's not a lack of something. It seems to be deliberate. Because how else do you explain the constant, the repetitive, persistent issues in the petroleum sector? How else do you explain it? We're talking. How are you?
Joyce, please pardon me for 1 minute. I want to ask you one question.
I don't have the answer.
Okay. No, it's not necessarily that question, because sometimes when trouble is in the country like this, some people will say, give him time. Give him time. And look at all the time that you have been giving this man time. You keep giving him time, the trouble keep incurring. The trouble keep doubling itself. Now, where are those people? Whenever topics like this come out, you will not hear their voice. At least they're supposed to come out to tell us those things that they see.
Who do you mean now? You mean supporters?
Them to come and tell us to give him time.
You mean the supporters of the administration?
The supporters now, and all those people that say no to protest, where are they? Let them come out and tell us. Because before you come out and say give him time, you must have said something. Where are those things you people are seeing? You people should come and tell us that thing you people are seeing that we say we should give him time. And the sister now that called and said that we should wait for them to pay fuel. Now, she later said that the fuel might be up to 800 naira. Are we ready to buy fuel for 800 naira?
That was an example. I think he just gave he or she gave a...
because of logistics.
Well, he gave a rough example. He just made a reference. I don't think you want to take that to heart because it's not.
Let them just make the example like 200. I will take it. You see that we don't even want fuel of 300.
Okay.
We need fuel of 100 naira or normal 160 or 165. We don't need fuel of 500, not to talk of 800. The example is too high. It is touch my head, and this is afternoon.
All right.
I don't want anything that will touch my brain, no.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate. Wow. 99.3 Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. Hey.
Are you looking for the right opportunity to study, live, or work abroad without losing your funds to unscrupulous travel agents? Or are you looking for funds to finance your overseas plans? If yes is the answer, then don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity. Reserve your seat at the Jakwa seminar with Uzo Dudoba of Wazobia FM. Gain valuable insights, travel loans, learn proven strategies, get insider tips, network with industry leaders, have one-on-one discussions with seasoned travel experts, and take the next step towards achieving your traveling goals. The date is Saturday, the 7th of September, 2024. The Time is 12 noon prompt. Make sure that you are there on time. And the venue is the Creative Box Hall, Adeniro Ogunsanya Shopping Mall in Surulere, Lagos. The access fee is 10,000 naira per head, and for seat reservations and other inquiries you can call the number 0802 383 1303. That is 0802 383 1303. Hurry to secure your spots because the seats are filling up fast. This event is powered by Strong Voice Media and proudly supported by Wazobia FM, Cool FM, and Nigeria Info FM. Note, we do not give visas over here. It's time for the summer camp. Upbeat Summer Camp is an unforgettable 8-week summer camp experience where on-site excitement, skill development await. Our comprehensive program offers a diverse range of core activities including gymnastics, the chef academy, football, basketball, and artificial intelligence, as well as robotics for on-site skill development for kids throughout the summer break. Every Friday, participants will also enjoy engaging in arts and craft, virtual games, trampoline sessions, and outdoor activities. The Upbeat Summer Camp is happening at Upbeat Center, number 11 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1, Lagos. The weekly bookings will cost you 60,000 naira. The daily bookings will cost you 15,000 naira. We have a 10% discount for siblings starting from July the 22nd to September the 7th, 2024. For inquiries, sponsorships, and partnerships, please contact us at the number 0908 878 8994. That is 0908 878 8994. Brought to you by Upbeat, the first trampoline and family entertainment center in West Africa.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Well, we're trying to make sense of what may appear to be the complexity of our fuel supply. Hello, how are you? Yeah, you have to speak up for us, please.
This is Sunday.
No, I'm sorry. We cannot hear you too clearly. You're either going to have to try to speak up or you may have to make an adjustment to your connection. You're very low.
Okay, let me call back.
Please, thank you. Hello, welcome to the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
Hello?
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for being here. Turn up the volume of your radio set.
Yeah, I was hearing you, but it seemed that you were not hearing me that time.
Turn up the volume of your radio set.
I've done that.
Okay.
I've done that.
Go ahead.
Before you started this program, you read that story that confirmed that NNPC lied, because the first story you read was that they deny owing some trillions of naira.
Yeah, accurate.
So my point is this. So it is now fair for government and its agencies to be lying to its citizens. It's not a fair thing to do. Now, the second lie, the lie is about weather. And it has turned out that it was not weather. Another lie, the lie was that they removed subsidies. And now it has turned out that they are still paying subsidies. The other one is that they deny buying presidential jets. But now the presidential jet has landed. My point is this. Is it okay for government to consistently lie to its citizens? But if somebody call a radio station or say something, reveal a secret about government corruption, somebody will ask, why are you sure? Because I know why you people are saying this is because of MBC and all that. Let me say that you people should gather all these evidences of government lying and take it back to the MBC and tell them that since the government has determined that it is okay for them to be lying to its citizens, it is okay for somebody to lie again, even if it is lie. You understand? Nobody should call and say, why are you saying this? Why do you have evidence? Because the government, when they lie, you don't ask them where do they have evidence. It has become a normal thing for government to be telling lies.
We can't quite descend into anarchy, and I think you understand that.
They are the ones doing anarchy. They have visited anarchy on people. They are the architects of anarchy. Just look at what is happening in the north. They say their armored carrier was caught in the mud. Can you imagine that kind of childish lies? Yeah? But the terrorists are telling you that they captured you. You know what it means to capture an armored vehicle? You can't shoot into that vehicle and you get it. It is well armored. So how come they left their motor there? Their armored. This is pure childish lie. This should be telling.
Why do we allow this government to be telling childish lies? Why? It's painful. It's painful, very painful. Thank you.
Thank you. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Good day, Joyce. I hear most of your callers keep saying we didn't vote for him. My question then would be, who are the people who voted for him? How did he get to power if majority keeps saying they didn't vote for him? Let's also not forget that he's the Minister of Petroleum and nobody can probe him. What kind of dilemma are we in? Lady Engineer, thank you very much for your message. Fortunately, I don't have an answer to some of your questions. Fuel scarcity pox, subsidy pox, inflation pox, hunger pox, insecurity pox, poverty pox, corruption pox are more contagious, insidious, and detrimental than monkeypox. If not curbed on the spot, they'll set this country on fire. This is Chisco. Thank you for your message. I'm going now back to the telephone lines, and it's hard to understand why you're still searching for petrol. Hello.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Good afternoon to you.
My name is Ralph. I'm calling from Aja.
Thank you very much for calling.
Look, I need a. They said the reason why we don't have fuel, that the fuel is scarce is because of whether loan of $6 billion, something like that. So me, I'm asking, how come about this loan from 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion to got to 6 billion now? When it was 1 billion, they should have looked for a way to settle them. So how come about the loan? Is it that are we not buying? Are they giving us when they go out to get the fuel, they would not give us the fuel free of charge? So please, how come about this loan?
That's exactly what's not being made public.
I don't know why the one's going to pay the loan. Is it with the citizen? Please.
Well, hopefully it's not you. At this point, until we know the details, all our assumptions fall to the ground. And that's why Nigerians don't know why they're still queuing up for fuel, even as NNPC keeps promising that supply would come around in no time.
Look, as I'm talking to you, I'm in the first station now. And
how long have you been there?
950 a liter.
Where are you? Where are you at?
Aja, at the road.
Is that black market price or that's pump price?
First station.
950. Have you bought already?
950. No, I'm on the queue.
How long have you been on that queue?
Like an hour plus now.
Okay. And you don't have any other choice other than to buy, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah, NNPC is yet to figure out their heads from their tails, so we'll just wait. Thank you very much for calling. The sunny side, welcome to Nigeria Info.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Thank you very much for being here. Welcome.
I want to remain anonymous, ma.
Okay, if you have gist, I want to hear.
What's the difference between kidnappers and Nigerian politicians? The way they embezzle Nigerian money. The kidnappers the only ugly they incur is in the family alone. Those people stole our money. Look at the other governor of former governor of Ogun State. Embezzled 80 billion naira. My sister, look at the difference. There's no difference between the kidnappers and the Nigerian politicians. Only God will save us. Okay, sir, ma, please, I want to ask a question. NNPC, they say they're indebted about $6 billion. Who are they owing, please, ma? Please.
I like that you're asking me. I love the question you're asking me. I mean, they denied it until they admitted it. They say they're owing suppliers. That's what they say.
Okay. Look at the Mr. President, the Minister of Petroleum. I heard you saying this. Nobody will prove him. Nobody will ask him why there's scarcity in Nigeria. Madam Joy, only God Almighty will save us in this country. Our prayer, let's keep praying and hope for God. Thank you very much, ma. I wish you all the best.
And I wish you the very same. I think God must be sick of us at this point. The gentleman who was asking how come the NNPC allowed their deficit or their debt run into 6 trillion. I hope you didn't miss the fact that in 2020, I did share this report when I kicked up the show. 2020, the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, MPDC, the upstream subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, According to them, they say they are yet to recover 2.9 trillion naira debt owed to them at the end of 2018. So I guess your question would apply here. How come they allowed their books run into crazy monies, 2.9 trillion naira debt? This is the upstream sector. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Well, it's very interesting, I must say, and it seems as though we really have to wait for a little chaos with government and the elite to really get in touch with their reality. It was Dangote who even drew our attention to Malta, and then Nigerians went combing the bushes for what they could find. And as much as NNPC tried to manage the darkness that pretty much may have permeated their reality, we're hearing now that it's not thunder and lightning that's the cause of the scarcity or the supply of petrol, but something more difficult to really come to terms with, because how much more problem is the NNPC in that's really what Nigerians are dealing with today as a consequence? Nigeria Info. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for being here, Nigeria Info.
How are you?
Well, I'm good.
You're managed to be good.
No. I'm actually good. I wish I could get done with this and be onto something else.
From the day you said, I am grateful than hopeful, I've been trying to be grateful, not to be hopeful anymore.
Oh.
And Nigerians are hopeful. They are not grateful. Okay, now, look at it this way. I remember the time of Abacha and Babangida and Obasanjo government, Abu Salam. They crushed the press. They locked down so many Daily Times, Punch, newspaper, tribunas, all those stuff, for trying to tell the public the truth. There is one truth. My name is Olumi. You come and pick me. When Buhari was using Niger Delta crude oil to borrow money, they have created this problem successfully. When NNPC, at which we can be mentioned their name, not mention NNPC, those cabals in the NNPC, when they are using billions of dollars they generate from that crude oil to go and look for oil in the north, where were the northern Niger Delta people? Even now there's a friend that have discovered crude oil in Borno and some other states in the north. Why they are destroying, I keep on calling it because we are more than 300 ethnic groups in Nigeria. We are more than 300 countries in just one name called Nigeria. More than 300 countries in one name called Nigeria. So you are using another people, tribe, region, resources. You are destroying it willingly. Now we are suffering.
Well, they're not called another people. They're called Nigerians.
Yes. There's some group of people, maybe let's call them 5 million. They call it Nigeria. They are trading with the name Nigeria. All their resources are in abroad. The only time they remember Nigeria is when they die, they bring their homes. That we know them, they invest all their billions. Maybe one of our former leaders, I can call them general, head of state, have the best wristwatch in Switzerland. One of Nigeria's. So now, I wish I have force that can control Nigeria. I would say, why are you buying this fuel? Okay, Olumuyiwa.
Yeah, but you can't ask people to not buy petrol. They need it.
Yes. Olumuyiwa, you know, we can't live without fuel. We have to go somewhere. My question is, what if the government now stop giving us fuel for 3 months? Or do you think it will not happen the way they are going? 3 months, they are the ones that did not now give us the fuel. We will die? Let's continue buying.
Well, Lagos, I don't think you agree with this not buying of petrol. How else can you move around? You don't have much of a choice.
Hello?
Yeah, welcome. How are you?
Teachers, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for being
here. My name is physically from Oshodi side now.
Good to have you.
Olumi Wago, God bless you. My sister, I don't know how we're going to start and how we're going to end this matter. Do you know a club, a team now, if they're playing ball, they have some players as a bench warmer. They'll be monitoring people that's playing. When somebody's not playing well, coach will now put somebody from the bench that will go and correct mistake of that player. You see also, that's how I have them as a bench. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was sitting on the ground as a bench warmer, watching Buhari, what Buhari is doing. For 80 years, Buhari destroyed this country. Buhari sink this country. Buhari use crude oil, borrow money ahead before he leave office. Buhari do all such a thing he do to this country. Buhari is the one paying retired Boko Haram, repentant Boko Haram 30,000 every month to Nigerian resources. Buhari do all these things. Tulumbu was watching, and he's the one that bring him and make him president, which he said with his mouth. Now, President Tulumbu enter. Instead of President Tulumbu to correct all the mistakes where Buhari don't do, to correct all the mistakes to say, Nigeria, forgive me for giving you people Buhari. I am not here to correct things. President Tulumbu continue from where Buhari stopped. Continue borrowing. Continue sinking Nigeria. Who is going to rescue us from these people's hand? President Tulumbu is among of the cabals that hold Nigeria like this, that make Nigeria what Nigeria is today. He cannot deny it. He cannot deny it. He's among of the cabals. If he's not among of the cabals, he have leaked the secrets, he have destroyed them, arrest them, jail them. Because he's among of them, he continue from where Buhari start, continue to sink Nigeria more and more. But there's no problem. Everything they are doing today, we know there is one God who judge everybody according to what he did. What I know in this life, he did not come to this world with anything, and you will go with nothing. Whatever punishment they're giving to Nigerian citizens today, children are sleeping empty hungry. Parents are going to farm and pluck pawpaw which is not ripe to go give their children to eat. Children is crying every day, and they are there enjoying themselves, buying jets, 150 million, building house for Shetima, 21 billion, and they say you want to come and rescue Nigeria. Do you see it, the way they're going? But I pray, let him go 12 years. After 8 years, they should give him extra 4 years. Who survives will be Nigeria. If all of us do not survive, they will rule the grass and animals. Thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you very much for calling. Okay, we're also about to we need to segue into another conversation. I think the ripple effect of this one singular issue is touching everything else, including food. And I think food is in the news this afternoon. We'll be talking about that in a moment on Nigeria Info.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Welcome. Good afternoon to you. Tell us your name.
Yeah, I'm Sunday. I'm calling from UK.
Good to have you here. So, have you have fuel? What's the cost there? So apparently, I'm hearing somewhere between 900. Someone said 950. Someone else said 600.
Yes, Joyce. Please, before I go on, there's something I just wanted to assist me of. I called Jimmy this show just about weekend on Saturday. They said they have a gift, so I gave them my number, but they didn't call me back. So I don't know, maybe they have given it out.
Give you what? Pardon me. Bring it back. Give you what?
They said they have a gift for us. And,
who said that?
Like T-shirt.
Who?
It's Uncle Jimmy Gisu. So
I don't have any information about that. You're going to have to call him to find out. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, what I'm saying is that I actually tried to call. It was not on seat. It was not on the program. So it was one of your staff that held that program this morning. But anyway, there's no issue. I'll wait. Maybe by tomorrow I'll call them. So coming back to what we're saying, you see, in the old scenario, Joyce, we discovered that what is happening is in Nigeria, and in terms of this NNPC, especially, it's what we call as conflict of selfish interest. That is what is killing our system up to the day that you see that if you look at the NNPC, the managing director, Abakari, that has been there for many years, it has not been changed because this current president has a link with him, and the past president has a link with him, and they know what they've been doing, and it has not been changed.
Do you suppose that if the president resigns as Minister of Petroleum, things may be a little different?
Joyce,
I do apologize. Your line appears to not be in your favor. It's not clear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead.
So, like I said, has it been time that a president, because we've been having a president as a Minister of Petroleum since how many years now, and they've been controlling the NNPC, but has it been time that the president ever resigns in Nigeria as a Minister of Petroleum? No. That's questionable. No. So, and even the president should resign, like you are asking me now, I don't think
it'll change anything. Okay.
It doesn't change anything, Joyce. The only thing that can change situation as we are, as it is, you know the cause of our problems. Then you fix it. Now Nigeria has a comparative advantage. This is a country that is so much desperately highly dependent on oil. Then if you know that, then you have structure on oil, the crude you are dealing on. You get gas, you get kerosene, you get diesel, you get petroleum from all these crudes. But you have infrastructure for it, Joyce. Let us tell ourselves the truth.
So what is the truth in this regard? Do you think the president is not capable of managing the affairs, particularly like when it comes to issues of corruption? You think he doesn't have the grit, the will to deal with corrupt issues in the oil and gas sector?
You see, the current president we're having, it's unfortunate, even right from the beginning. They've been coming through the back door, so they can't do the right thing. To be sincere with you, they can't do the right thing.
Well, thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Then that leaves Nigerians with their issues. Hello, welcome to the show. If you can hear us. Afternoon. Thank you very much. Turn off the volume of your radio set. You have a minute and a half.
Yeah, I don't have radio with me.
Okay. Good to have you join the conversation. What's your name?
Yes, my name is Usman Yahya.
Welcome, Usman. Thank you very much for calling.
All right. Please, before I proceed, can I ask you a question?
I'm not sure if I have the answer.
Okay, I think you may have the answer to my question.
Okay.
So now, for example, if, let's say, for example, you employ someone to do a job for you, and then the person is unable to do the job because the work is difficult, there are a lot of challenges. So what are you supposed to do?
It depends on who's asking and what the requirements are. You have a minute left. If you ask me, good.
Okay. So some people are saying that removing Melekari as the CEO of NNPC or the resignation of the president is not the solution to the problem. I don't think that is true because Melekari, if anyone is trying to sabotage their efforts as the CEO of the NNPC, Tinubu as the boss of the ministry, they are supposed to crush down anybody that is, trying to sabotage their efforts. And if they are unable to do it, then the president should resign and bring someone that is courageous enough to do it. If Mele Kyari cannot do it, then remove Mele Kyari and bring someone else that is courageous to do the job. That is simple. The president has a veto power. And are you with me?
I'm with you. I'm listening to you.
The president has a veto power. The National Assembly are not courageous enough to invite him for any kind of, investigation or
interrogation.
Yes, interrogation, because he's the president of the country, and they are more or less of the Robert Stamp, National Assembly. So bring someone else that has no veto power, so that if the person is unable to do his job, the National Assembly will be courageous enough to invite him for interrogation. As simple as that.
Sounds straightforward.
The president is not even addressing us. He's not even saying anything. Even though he's the minister of, petroleum. So the president should just resign and allow someone else to do the job.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that. I'm hoping that there are Nigerians who hold equal view or a similar view in that regard. Hello, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for being here.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon, and welcome to Nigeria Info.
This is Malik speaking, Joyce.
Welcome, Malik.
Joyce, from now to tomorrow, if we cry, we shout, God will not do it for us. And our people called Nigeria are not ready for the honest truth.
What is the truth?
The truth is that the corruption there is what is making it. Every president that comes rely on the oil for him or she to make money. And that's what they're doing. He came and said subsidy is gone. That with subsidy gone, he will have more money to do things and to pay refinery. 1 year and what are we facing? In Nigerian history, nobody has ever raised fuel for more than 100% in Nigerian history. He came, he did it, and now we're even buying it above the price he said they were going to sell. I bought for 850, Joyce.
Oh, when did you buy? Yesterday, today?
Yesterday for me to go to Badagry. I mean, Badagry like this. So you can imagine if I could buy 16 liters for 20-something thousand naira.
Wow.
So if I'm going to buy 40 liters, tell me what will I do? Then you expect price of goods to go down. When you know that is the thing that controls price of goods in Nigeria, fuel. If a bottle of granite is sold for 2.5, 2.8, what are you saying? Look, the president himself is part of the problem. And again, Joyce, I forget, if your chief of staff does not know his onions, the president cannot do anything right.
Well,
that chief of staff, if you don't know your onions, the president can never do anything right. If your chief of staff is a businessman just to make only money for himself and greed, this is what you will get. I only pray that we wake up from our sleep. Because the way it's going, Joyce, it will take you a time. The police cannot arrest 2 million people and put in prison. They can't do it. They can't do it.
All right.
Because the hunger is getting too much. It's everywhere. It's even catching the policemen and the military people. The hunger is even there.
Thank you.
NNPC is coming to say that they are owing how many billion? And you declared profit. You declared profit. The president said he built Lagos. Come and build Nigeria. Let's see now. Build Nigeria. Good afternoon.
Well, thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. I want to read this message. I bought fuels 960 naira per litre at Itamaga, Ikorodu rather. Olushola, thank you very much for your message. I think this is a very good time for inter-party debates, whether it's ADP, PDP, LP, APC, to really debate the economic position of the country, how or where it's coming from, where it's at the moment, and what, by way of available information, may be able to give us a vague comprehending of where the country can be in another 2 months, another 3 months, another 6 months, another 1 year. Because if things are not changing, well, it leaves you with an open guess that could be right, even if you took a shot in the dark. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Well, that's not true. First of all, what's your name? How long have you been calling? I'm sorry. What? Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. So you have about a few seconds away from. You know what? Let's just hold it up a little bit. When we come back, I think this conversation can continue in another form. It's the FCCPC is giving traders 1 month to drive down food prices. I don't know how possible that is, but I guess we can draw from your reality on what you think is happening on the streets of Lagos or around Nigeria. Is it even possible to begin to look the problem in the eye, how much more fix the problem of driving down food costs? And we're even talking about locally manufactured food at this point. Okay, so when we return, we'll talk about this. It's 2 p.m. on the clock on Nigeria Info. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. My name's Joyce.
It's 2 o'clock. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's